A $10 bill and empty shelves ready to be filled with video games. We are on the quest to build a video game collection, starting off with just a $10 bill, hunting for those games in all of the craziest places. Flea markets, garage sales, epic trades, and anywhere we can find video games. This is the $10 Game Collection Season 2. What is up, Internet? Retro here, and welcome to the $10 Game Collection Season 2.
Season 2.
Now, if you are new here, let's take a trip down memory lane. The past 2 years in Season 1 of the $10 Game Collection, we took a $10 bill and we built a massive video game collection, hunting out all in the wild, flea markets, garage sales, thrift stores, massive trades, any way that we could find video games. And we built a video game collection with hundreds and hundreds of games and over 25 consoles. Now here lies the problem though. We lost the satisfaction factor in that last series, meaning I would buy a bundle of games. I would get 15, 20 games to add to the collection, but the collection was so big at that point, you couldn't even see a difference. You couldn't even see a dent. The collection just got too big. So we sold the entire collection. It was awesome. It was a ton of fun, and we are starting from scratch. I want to start from scratch for a couple different reasons. The first is I want that satisfaction factor back again, to see the collection grow, the hustle, the grind at the beginning to make $10 actually work for us. And in addition to that, I want a more narrowed focus for Season 2. So this year, we're going to hunt with just a $10 bill. One $10 bill to fill up all of these shelves with video games. But the thing is, this time we are going for a specific console. Now, I thought long and hard about this, and I decided to go with the Nintendo 64. Now, I wanted to go for the N64 for a couple different reasons. The first is the collection isn't huge. It's not ginormous. I think there's 296 games in the US set. Now, do I think we're gonna get every single game in the N64 collection? No, I don't think we're gonna get every game, but I want to try to get as many N64 games as possible. So we are going to try to build a Nintendo 64 collection this year in 2022. This series is going to go starting now until the end of the year in December of 2022. Now, I already have my trusty end labels. If you guys have never used these, you need to check these out. These help out tremendously in a couple different accounts. The first is it's nice to be able to read what games you actually have, because N64 did not have end labels. This helps out tremendously. Also, this helps you kind of keep track of what games you do or you don't have. So I've always loved getting these. You can get these for like 20 bucks on eBay. They're already, cut and ready to go. And then in addition to that, you're probably wondering, well, Rick, why? Why would you want to collect N64 games when you already have the complete collection? Well, here's why. Guys, one of my favorite things that we did in the last season was giving away games. I think we gave over 40 games away and 5 consoles in the $10 Game Collection series, which was a ton of fun. Well, here's what I want to do this year. In Season 2 of the $10 Game Collection, I am basically creating a collection, not for me, but for you guys. We are going to give away every N64 game that we find. I don't care if it's a $2 game or if it is Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut, because if you know, you know. It's like a $1,500 game. We are going to give away the entire N64 collection that we find. Now, how we're going to do that is still yet to be decided. I would love to know your thoughts. I have a couple thoughts. I know first off, we could give the whole collection away to one person. We could give it all to one person at one time. I think that would be crazy and it would be fun. We could give it away at a convention. I thought about setting up a booth and just giving away games at a convention. That would be a ton of fun. And then I've also thought about doing it on the app Whatnot. You guys have probably heard me talk about this app. It's a really cool app, and they have a function in there where I can basically give away anything at any point to somebody live in the comments. So you basically click enter giveaway and it pulls a name from within the chat and whoever is live within that stream. So those are just a couple ways that I have thought about giving out this collection, giving away the N64 collection that we collect this year. But I'm sure there are some other ideas, and I would love to hear yours. And then the other small adjustment that I want to make to this year's season is I want to basically educate myself in some more areas to buy and to flip. Last season, I did mainly DVDs, small electronics, and games. Mainly because that's what I'm educated in, that's what I've always flipped, but I would love to learn about a couple other avenues of items that actually sell well, and in turn, hopefully that helps you guys and educates you guys as well. So I thought maybe vintage shirts, sneakers, things like that, I would love to do. And also, I typically sell on eBay. This year, I'm also going to use Mercari and whatnot to sell. Basically, any way that I can buy, flip, and sell things to create more funds to get more games for the N64 collection. So here we are, Season 2, about to start with this $10 bill. We are going to build an N64 collection with just this. Now, I will say, when we first start, you're going to be like, why in the world are you buying that? Why are you getting that? That has nothing to do with the N64, because the name of the game right now is just to get money in the fund. We cannot do anything until we get money in the fund to start replenishing money, finding things to flip, and then slowly but surely, the N64 collection will come together. So here we go, $10. Let's begin the hunt. All right, gonna take you guys on a full hunt at Goodwill. Obviously, the first place I look is usually small electronics, you know, movies, games, VHS, stuff like that, that potentially could be flipped quickly. So over here, we got a bunch of TVs and things like that. There actually are some TVs you can get nowadays. You know, a lot of these like 32-inch, 39-inch TVs are $20, you know, they're not expensive, but you can bring them to a pawn shop or something and maybe get 30 or 40 so you can make a little bit. Got some Blu-rays. Now right here, this is something to look at. We got a DVD VHS combo, and this is $9.94. So this right here is definitely something to look at. Let's see, what brand is this guy? Sylvania. So this is actually one of the cheaper brands, but we'll look that up, see if it's not worth a little bit. Usually with the DVD combos, you can get them for 10 to 20. Some of them, you know, they can sell for up to 100. So we're gonna check that out. Check out the movie inside of it. An extremely goofy movie. Not as good as the original, but pretty cool to see. All right, I'm gonna come back to look at that. Right here is a CD player. A lot of y'all watching this right now don't even know what this thing is. This is how we used to listen to music. No iPhones or anything like that. We would just use these. Now, that's not a name brand one, so probably no value there. All right, moving over to the books. Let's see, usually the DVDs were right there. I guess they're in a different spot now. Found them. They were all the way up at the front. So, looking for obviously any games right off the bat. Probably not going to find any cartridge-based stuff. Just doesn't happen anymore. Here's actually a StarCraft PC game. Whoa. Have no idea. I've never really dove into selling like PC games, but I know that there is some value there. Hey, look, here are 2 games. Now they are marked for $5. Unfortunately, no tax at Goodwill's in Arkansas. Here is Little Big Planet for $5. So I think all of these that's about what they're worth. There's just PS3 stuff right now. Hasn't really held its value very well, but Little Big Planet, great game, by the way. Love Little Big Planet, and then Resident Evil 5. So cool to see, right off the bat, we're seeing games. Oh, I missed this. Monster World Hunter. This isn't marked either. I'll look this up. I've actually never heard of this one before, so I'm gonna hold on to that. Let's see, so now we're looking, and what I usually do is I just grab things that I haven't looked up before, like maybe they're uncommon. I've sold so many DVDs at this point that I know the ones that look
you know, a little uncommon or obscure to actually see if they're worth anything. Got Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon, Future Soldier. No, that's not worth anything. And as always, you guys tell me down below if I miss anything. I love learning as well. There is a Dance Central, I think Dance Central 3, I think is the one that actually has a little bit of value. Last time I looked, I think that one sells for like 14 or so that would be worth getting. It was the third one, but it is not. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything so far other than movies that I just like. Like, you got Patch Adams, you got the original TMNT right there, so good movies if you want to pick up some, just, you know, good movies for your collection. Goodwill's always a good place to do that. Okay, and then down here are some VHS. Surprisingly, this always baffles people, but there are VHS that are worth stuff. Here is a, don't tell me, 98 degrees VHS. All torn up. But no, seriously, there are VHS that have some pretty decent value. So I don't see anything so far in this trip other than I'm gonna look up these real quick. I'll let you know if any of these news radio, I just have never seen those before. I'm gonna look those up and I'm gonna look up Monster Hunter World and then also the VCR DVD combo. I'll give you an update. All right, looked up Monster Hunter World is selling for like $6 to $8. This is the Horizon Zero Dawn version. There's another one that was selling for like around 12 or so. So even at $2, I probably would have picked this up in season 1 of the $10 game collection, but there's just not money there. I think it sells for like $6 to $8. And then the DVD, if you can see it, VCR combo, this is selling pretty decently, around like 40 or so, but there's only been like 2 or 3 that have sold this. There's been like 2 or 3 that have sold this month. So I don't want to spend basically our entire budget and that just sit there. So we're gonna pass for now. One other area I want to look is the toys. Now, toys have some major value, especially if you find some like 80s, 90s toys just kind of buried in there someplace. Right here, it looks like you had a little Buzz, some kind of Buzz gun. Here, this looks old. This is a Fisher Price binocular thing. Is there a year? 1986. You probably can't see that. The lighting is kind of wonky in here, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I could look that up. I wouldn't naturally think that would have any value, but it may. Here is some kind of sword guitar thing. I don't know what that is. Be on the lookout for some of these Clue games. I'm gonna look this up here in a minute, but there is like a Clue, I think The Office, that sells really well. Some of those like weird obscure Clue games can sell decently. And then we got some board games over here. Don't sleep on board games. Same kind of thing, 80s, 90s ones sell pretty well. Here is Hot Dice. Never seen this before. Ooh. Oh my, this just looks riveting right there. A hot new game for the entire family. I don't know, I'll look this up too. So I'm gonna look up this and then I'm gonna look up that Clue game. Okay, a quick update. We found a couple more interesting things. We got these G.I. Joe little like Lego figures. These are brand new. They've never been opened. Kind of cool like artwork on these, but they're $1.21. They sell for like $5 or $6. Not enough there for us to buy those and flip them. We got a little Seinfeld trivia game. One of my favorite shows of all time. You guys tell me down below, what is your favorite sitcom? Seinfeld is definitely in my top 3. Unfortunately, this is not worth anything. The Hot Dice game, I can't even find a sold listing. Can't even find a listed Hot Dice 80s game, whatever year this came out. So don't have a reference point on that. Gonna pass on the Hot Dice game. And then this Clue right here, I'm not sure why I thought this was like a different version. Discover the Sea. Maybe it's just this cover art. I've never seen this before, but unfortunately, no value there either. So complete bust at this Goodwill, but at least we tried. On to the next. All right, we're at a pawn shop that I come to quite often, but I haven't found anything here in a while. They got a ton of games up here, obviously, but all of the Xbox One and PS4 games are $10 each. There's some good stuff in here. I actually don't know what that sells for, but we don't have any money. We got $10 in the game fund. They do have some PS3, PS2, PS3, Xbox 360 games are $3. There's a couple games in here that I would like maybe get, but there's not enough here to flip. So I went to DVDs. DVDs are only $1, and I found 2 over here. So 2 Hulk Hogan DVDs right here. Suburban Commando, hilarious movie from the 90s.
There are dangers he's never seen.
My mom could stay on longer than that.
This one and Mr. Nanny. So Mr. Nanny actually sells for a little bit more than this one. I think this sells for around 12 to 15. So this is going to be $1, and then Suburban Commando is $1. So we're going to spend $2. Our first purchase in the $10 game collection. Probably a little bit of a risk since DVDs sit a little bit longer, but hopefully we can get these listed and sold quick.
Sure, $2.
All right, guys, we're up at the front counter of a Goodwill, and then there it is. A beautiful N64 cartridge. I never see cartridge-based games at the Goodwill. I just don't. And unfortunately, this was $10, guys. Exactly what we were on the hunt for, but we just did not have $10 in the game fund. If this was 3-4 months down the road, probably would have picked this up, but we just did not have enough money. And just like that, guys, we have our very first sale in the $10 game collection, Season 2. So we picked up these Hulk Hogan 90s movies at the pawn shop for $2. It was $1.83 plus 17 cents in tax, so $2 even, which is really cheap. $1 for DVDs is pretty good, especially if they are flippable. And these 2 were. Now there's not a ton here, like we talked about earlier, but there is a little bit of profit here. So Suburban Commando just sold. This is the first thing that we've sold in the $10 game collection. This is complete with a little insert. Disc is in great shape, and this sold for $8.19 plus $2.99 in shipping. So after eBay fees and shipping this out, we will net $7.02. $7.02 to add back into the game fund, which doesn't seem like a lot, but right now that is a ton of money. If this was like month 5, month 6, probably wouldn't deal with something with this, with this low of margin, but $7.02 is a big boost for us right now. And then we got Mr. Nanny. I think I have this listed more for around like 10, so waiting on this to sell. But for now, $7.02 to add back into the game fund. All right, guys, it's a beautiful day at Goodwill. It's Sunday, meaning the color of the week is marked down to $1. So anything this week that is red is only $1. So there is not much in terms of games or anything, or even DVDs, but hidden in here was one game. And check this out. You couldn't even tell it was a game because the GameCube little logo is covered. Oh, there's my son! For my son! This was covered up, so you couldn't even tell that it was a game. But we got Fight Night Round 2 for the GameCube. Don't see GameCube games very often. And this apparently has Super Punch-Out on it. Didn't even know that was a thing. Well, it is red, meaning this is $1. And I think this flips for around $20, guys. So this is going to be bought for $1, and hopefully we net after shipping, after we buy this, about $15. So really, really good pickup. I don't see anything else in here worth getting, but this is a huge score, especially since we have like no money in the game fund. So awesome to pick this up.
$1.
Okay.
That's a sports fight.
And we have another sale. Here is our very small collection thus far. We just sold Mr. Nanny for $9.90 plus $2.99 shipping. So after eBay fees and getting this shipped out, we will add $8.42 back into the game fund. All right, we found something. Now, it might not look like much, but this is good. So we got 2 original Xbox controllers right here. These are for the OG Xbox. This is the S, I believe, 393, and it does have the breakaway cable. That's what you need. You need the breakaway cable.
And then this right here is the Big Daddy, the Xbox Duke. It's freaking huge. Look at this thing. It's so big. It's crazy. So this is $3.93 as well. And these sell for about $25 on average, 20 to 25. The cheapest one right now on eBay is $22. So we're gonna pick this up to flip. We don't have a lot of money right now. $3.93 doesn't seem like a lot, but it is for us because we can't move forward until we sell this, you know, with the profits. So $3.93 for that. Same thing with this, but this actually sells for more like around 16 or so, 12 on the low end. So I'm gonna pass. Now, if we had more money in the game fund, I would probably get it, but we just don't have. We don't have very much right now. So we're gonna get just the Duke for $3.93 and hopefully make about 14, 15 bucks in profit with that. Other than that, there is nothing else. Old VCR, some old tech, and just outdated radios and things like that. Nothing that we need, so just this for $3.93.
Now, I know this may not look like much, guys, but I am super happy with our progress so far. We took a $10 bill. We now have over $18 in the game fund, and we have 2 items worth roughly $35 to $40 in value in our collection to sell to get some more money back into our game fund, guys. This is a great start. I know it may not look like much, but I promise you, stick with it. We are going to build an N64 collection with just this stuff, guys. As always, thank you for hanging out, for watching the video. If you are enjoying this type of content and this series, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and until next time, peace.